Somebody might die real soon. That was in response to the last tape and going back to Edinburgh, October the 10th of 13, where Jennifer Sink, now this is where they had soaked me in chemicals in '06, and I had to break a lease to try to live, and they should be charged with assault and battery and conspiracy. Now then, I'm back there because this is what's going on. Edinburgh, Joseph's Way, Melinda's Way, owned by the same people. Richfield. These are all elderly. Wow, you think you go there and be safe? Well, most of them probably are. It's my circumstances, I'm told. I'm kidnapped. My father, double married Simpson. My uncle helped the United States take me out and take his own brother out with Roosevelt and the Kennedys, so I'm not going to go over all that. I put it on so many tapes. And on the Power 5 or 6 of here is a diary type thing, since I can't get an attorney to help me. I guess he's afraid of dying, right, or something happening to his kids. So the hell with me. So it shows you what people will do. They can send those same kids over to Afghanistan or to a foreign country, and they get killed, or they come back, and they go over and fight, and they come back as heroes. But here, face to face with me, one woman, they'd gut me in a heartbeat, and they have. So, I'm using the Edinburgh. I was just back there. I've had to go back to Joseph's Dream, which was Melinda's Way, a new one, after all that happened there. So I had to go back to these people, Richfield, that should be locked up. And they've lied. They have totally lied. It's hideous. But then I'm here, and she's telling me, Jennifer Sink is, that they won't have anything for the next 5 years. And this, I go back and I tell this person I've known for a long time, who is with law enforcement. I don't exactly know who he's with or takes his orders from. He says, well, you never know. Somebody might die soon. And, well, that would be obvious. But anyway, I got a call from her. It's gotten today, about a month later. Well, it was Thanksgiving. Just before Thanksgiving, I go in. Or was it a month later, early November? She calls me and said, well, now they've got a place. I didn't know what happened that they got it, but I thought, wow, well, she'd told me it'd be at least 5 years, which is telling me to go to hell if you want to know what she's telling me, that they're not leasing it to me. And by the way, she told me, see, this is one-on-one where anything I say is just a lie. People, I mean, till I can get in the court of law, and I want to hold this up here, then it's my word against everybody else, and I'm being tortured to death. So this is Jennifer showing me this apartment and this little studio, and I went there to see if I could get something, but then if I did, were they going to do the same thing to me they did in 2006, soak me with chemicals? So far, and I have to break another lease, which looks bad for me because you don't see any of the truth of why I left or anything. And it wasn't from lack of paying rent or anything. It was because I had to leave because they were assaulting me with chemicals. But you don't see that. You just see I broke a lease. And they make up some more lies like, well, I left a few things there. So they make things up. Where it wouldn't hold up, if you had an attorney, then you could get these people in the court. I mean, the very fact they're there and the timing would prove what I say. The part would be, it's so hard to believe that people will become killers in a heartbeat if they can get away with it, and that's the truth of the matter. But anyway, I'm back at Edinburgh, and that's, I went in on October last year, and was told October the 10th. We wouldn't have anything till probably all over the map here, right, with this camera. And then about a month later, I get a call from her. Well, they've got something. So I go in and I look at it, and it was cute and it seemed nice. But then the other places have seemed nice too. It's after I get in it. or the minute I get in it, the air conditioning goes out, or the refrigerator's pumping out stuff, and everything goes haywire. I've even had it in Edinburgh when I first moved there in '06, where there was it wasn't a cabinet, I don't know what to say, but underneath it, this was in nobody else's apartment. This was mine only. Nobody does anything about it. It was a tube actually coming up from a drain that I was told the air conditioning, some kind of drain along the floor drains the water in the or whatever. And it was pumped anyway. The little hose was coming up right underneath this where you could see it plain as day. But that's the whole point. Everybody knows I'm telling the truth. They know that I'm being killed with chemicals, but they do nothing except stand and look at you like you're lying because it's like mind control. You can prove it, but unless you have an attorney and the law working for you, you might as well forget it. So now in Edinburgh, I actually walked out, and they were being such smart asses anyway with what they were saying to me. And Jennifer actually said to me, well, you don't know that we won't do it again. But then, like, who's listening to me, you know? So she can say what she wants to me. She's threatening me, and I was worried about it, so I didn't take the apartment or the studio. So then it goes on, I go out to Richfield, and they send me back a rejection, and they lie. Same woman was there. No way is you get them up before a court of law, and then you prosecute them. It's too much of it and too many that they can't all lie in the mess. But anyway, I was turned down by them, Richfield. And then Edinburgh, you get the timing, and can't put all this down anymore, like in a diary or a ledger or something. But anyway, her Edinburgh, Jennifer, when she called me back, it kind of corresponded on the same day that Richfield's rejection. Jennifer called me out of the blue after I turned the other one down, and she said to me, "Are you? It's almost like this joke they've got going. Well, are you still looking for a place to live?" And I said yes. And she said, "Well, I don't have anything, but just wanted to find out." And that was it. She hung up. So now then, when did she do this? This has been about, it was on the 14th of this month. That's Valentine's Day, or the 13th. But anyway, she called and said, well, now they have another one empty, but it won't be empty until next month. About the 14th, the woman's going to assisted living. So she asked me to come in. I thought I was going in to sign the lease, and I thought, well, I hate to move in. I can hardly get around and be soaked in chemicals again. If this doesn't stop, I'm dying. And I sure don't want to go to assisted living where they can really soak me and I can't even move. And yes, they would. If you ever see any of this, you'll know that they do the same thing if they can get away with it. And they'll blame me because I'm British. It doesn't matter that my mother was an American or that they've done it to me. They kidnapped me and brought me over here. It has nothing to do with it. It's their joke. And it's almost to justify what they're doing to me. But anyway, I went in thinking that, what's today? That was Monday. I went in thinking that I was going to sign the lease, and I was going to go ahead and I wanted to look at it first. But really, they can look good. It's when I move in. So I go in, and Donna, the one that's in the very beginning in '06 was kind of halfway decent to me. Now she's a monster. I mean, they really hate me. And I've done nothing to them. I've taken their criminal acts. But anyway, Donna, while I'm in there trying to, now I've got to sign papers all over again that I signed back in October. Nothing had changed except I got a $19 raise from Social Security. So anyway, and by the way, that was deducted off something else, so nothing else had changed. I'm still living at the same place for like 13 months, 14, 13. And she's making me fill out like when I first came in. So